Pastor Ed here with Daily Devotions for Friday, January the 27th, 2023. We're continuing our look at Matthew 4, 18 to 25, the passage that talked about Jesus calling the first disciples, including Peter and Andrew, and then also James and John. As we pick up verse 19, he said to Peter and Andrew, "Follow me and I'll make you fish for people." Immediately they left their nets and followed him. And as he went from there, we're told in verse 21, he saw two other brothers, James the son of Zebedee and his brother John, in the boat with their father Zebedee, mending their nets. And he called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. There's a piece, kind of an indictment of the church, I guess you'd say. It's entitled "A Plea for Fishing." Now it came to pass that a group existed who called themselves fishermen. And lo, there were many fish in the waters all around. In fact, the whole area was surrounded by streams and lakes filled with fish, and the fish were hungry. Well, week after week, month after month, year after year, those who called themselves fishermen met in meetings and talked about their call to fish, the abundance of fish, and how they might go about fishing. Year after year, they carefully defined what fishing meant, defended fishing as an occupation, and declared that fishing is always to be the primary task of fishermen. Well, continually they searched for new and better methods of fishing, for new and better definitions of fishing. Further, they said the fishing industry exists by fishing as fire exists by burning. They loved slogans such as "Fishing is the task of every fisherman." They sponsored special meetings called Fishermen's Campaigns and the Month for Fishermen to Fish. They sponsored costly nationwide and worldwide congresses to discuss fishing and to promote fishing and to hear about all the ways of fishing, just as the new fishing equipment and the fish calls and whether, such as, rather, the new fishing equipment, fish calls, and whatever any new bait had been discovered. These fishermen built large, beautiful buildings called fishing headquarters. The plea was that everyone should be a fisherman, every fisherman should fish. One thing they didn't do, however, they didn't fish. In addition to meeting regularly, they organized a board to send out fishermen to other places where there were many fish, and the board hired staffs and appointed committees and held many meetings to define fishing, to defend fishing, to decide what new streams should be thought about, but the staff and committee members did not fish. Large, elaborate training centers were built whose original and primary purpose was to teach fishermen how to fish. But over the years, courses were offered on the needs of fish, the nature of fish, where to find fish, the psychological reactions of fish, and how to approach and feed fish. Those who taught had doctorates in fishology, but the teachers did not fish. They only taught fishing. Year after tedious training, many were graduated and were given fishing licenses. They were sent to do full-time fishing, some to distant waters, which were filled with fish. Many who felt the call to be fishermen responded. They were commissioned and sent to fish. But like the fishermen back home, they never fished. Like the fishermen back home, they engaged in all kinds of other occupations. They built power plants to pump water for fish and tractors to plow new waterways. They made all kinds of equipment to travel here and there to look at fish hatcheries. Some also said that they wanted to be part of the fishing party, but they felt called to furnish fishing equipment. Others felt their job was to relate to the fish in a good way so that the fish would know the difference between good and bad fishermen. Others felt that simply letting the fish know that they were nice, land-loving neighbors and how loving and kind they were was enough. And after one stirring meeting on the necessity for fishing, one young fellow left the meeting and went fishing. The next day he reported that he had caught 2 outstanding fish, and he was honored for his excellent catch and scheduled to visit all the big meetings possible to tell how he did it. So he quit fishing in order to have time to tell about the experience to other fishermen. He was also placed on the fishermen's general board as a person having considerable experience. Now, it's true that many of the fishermen sacrificed and put up with all kinds of difficulties. Some lived near the water and bore the smell of dead fish every day. They received the ridicule of some who made fun of their fishermen's clubs and the fact that they claimed to be fishermen yet never fished. They wondered about those who felt it was of little use to attend the weekly meetings to talk about fishing. After all, were they not following the master who said, "Follow me and I will make you fishers of men"? Imagine how hurt some were when one day a person suggested that those who don't catch fish were really not fishermen, no matter how much they claim to be. Yet it did sound correct. Is a person a fisherman if year after year he never catches fish? Is one following if he isn't fishing? Food for thought. We'll see you again tomorrow for our final day of the daily devotions this week as we close out talking about Jesus' call of the first disciples. Till then, take care. Have a great day. Bye.